This is KGW News at 11.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome. We are talking snow again, if you can believe it. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino joins us now. Matt, it looks like winter weather not done with us yet.
It's not. No, we have another shot of snow Sunday night and into Monday morning. It's not a sure thing. There's still some uncertainty as to whether or not we get snow, and if we do get it, how much. But it looks like things are coming together that we'll at least have a pretty good chance of getting some valley snow later Sunday night and into Monday morning. Let me show you the Cascade Passes right now because, boy, they are snowy. Let's hope Portland roads don't look like this on Monday morning. That's Government Camp. There's been 9 inches of new snow just tonight up at Timberline. It's just been coming down hard there. Same thing down at Santiam Pass, also coming down super hard. And now Willamette Pass is beginning to see some heavier snowfall too. At least they will later on tonight. So here's the situation. We have a front that passed on through the area tonight. It's still moving south. This is Sunday now at 10 o'clock. And it's down around Newport and Eugene and Corvallis. And then it begins to bubble back north, and you see the green rain turn to a mix. That's that pink color, and then eventually to all snow, the blue, as we go into Monday morning. And then it lasts for several hours. Monday into, this is 9 o'clock, 6 to 9, still snowing, 10 o'clock, still snowing, and eventually 11 o'clock and beyond, we're still in snow in Portland. So if that were to go down that way, we would get several inches in the valley, but it's not a sure thing that it happens. As you know, our computer guidance really struggles with events like this because everything has to come together just right. Here's an update now. Wants to give us 5 inches by 11 o'clock on Monday morning. I wouldn't bet the farm on that yet. So let's break this down. Best case scenario, a trace to 3 inches, but only above 500 feet. And we escape in the valleys with just a wet, cold, obviously wet, but a cold rain. Worst case scenario, kind of like what I just showed you, 3 inches or more in the valley and possibly some freezing rain, making the commute Monday morning basically non-existent and a disaster. Most likely we end up with a trace to an inch below 500 feet, but several inches up above 500 feet and in the hills. But we'll be monitoring this all weekend. As I said, still quite uncertain as to exactly how it all breaks down and lines up, and we'll show you what those elements are. Laurel, in a bit. Back to you.
Boy, that worst case sounds pretty bad.
Don't focus on only that. I don't want to hear that being the headline just
I'm
yet.
looking at the best case. Don't do a run on kale this weekend.
Exactly.
Right. Thank you, Matt. Some of you saw a little snow this morning. Jennifer sent in this photo from Yacolt of her dog enjoying the flakes, and hopefully we'll get that picture for you. There it is. That's a great shot. And Clifton sent in this picture from Longview of his yard covered in white. You know, some people we talked to today are ready for another dusting this weekend, maybe not the worst case. Others hope March is a light at the end of a tunnel.
I think it's been nice and cold, quite appropriate. You know, we've previously seen snow in March sometimes, but hopefully that will not happen this year. Could be worse.
Yeah, I'm going to stock up because I think we can get stuck in our driveways and you know, have that nastiness.
Always good to be prepared, and ODOT's prepared, telling us crews are ready to lay down de-icer, salt, or sand if roads do start to get bad. You can check out the latest hourly forecast anytime by downloading the KGW Portland Weather app. You can get it for free now for Apple or Android. We're following breaking news now of a shooting investigation going on right now in Southeast Portland. This is a live picture. It's going on from 127th Avenue near Stark in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Police have 1 lane of Stark blocked in that area. There are reports one person is hurt. We don't know how serious their injuries are, and there's no word yet on a suspect. We will update you when we learn more. There are new developments tonight in the story we've been following all week long. The 16-year-old shot and killed by Vancouver police had recently been convicted of assaulting someone with a knife. That's according to a new report from the Columbian. KGW's Mike Benner is live outside the Clark County Juvenile Detention Center with more on this. Mike.
Well, Laurel, it appears that Clayton Joseph was no stranger to this facility behind me. He spent time here as recently as late last year. It was all connected to a mid-October crime spree that terrorized not 1, but 2 people.
This here is Clayton Joseph. Since his shooting death at the hands of a Vancouver police officer earlier this week, friends have been saying glowing things about the 16-year-old.
He was not a troublemaker. He cared a lot about his family. He usually stayed home with his family, watching his brothers and sisters. He was dedicated on his education.
An overall good kid who adored his family. But court documents obtained by the Columbian newspaper paint a very different picture. Those court records reveal a troubled past. In October of last year, Joseph, armed with a large steak knife, tried to stab one person, then threatened to stab a second, who was just 14 years old. Joseph was convicted and scheduled to be sentenced next month. But on Tuesday night, officers encountered Joseph outside his Southeast Vancouver apartment complex. Were told he had a knife and ignored commands to put it down. One officer shot and killed Joseph, who friends say was simply trying to keep a man from assaulting a woman.
It's just heartbreaking that he was the one that had to take a bullet for that.
This deadly officer-involved shooting is currently under investigation. The officer who pulled the trigger has been identified as Corporal Roger Evans. The 48-year-old has been with the Vancouver Police Department since 1998, though right now he is on leave as this investigation unfolds. And that is standard protocol after a shooting like this. Back to you.
Mike Benner, live in Vancouver. Thank you, Mike. Take a look at this dramatic video. It shows neighbors rushing to escape an apartment complex that caught fire this afternoon. This is in southeast Portland. You saw people there carrying out children. They were carrying out elderly family members as smoke billowed behind them. This all happened near 160th and Stark. One man we talked with was just getting home when he heard the commotion.
Instinct just ran and made sure everybody was getting out and called who I could that I couldn't get in reach with, and got out, just told them to get their stuff and go because we're all connected, and they could just jump. It's windy out, but the fire department did come and act very fast.
Firefighters say someone was smoking in bed, and that started the fire. No one was seriously hurt, fortunately, and the fire was contained to just one apartment. Remember this video, the man accused of running down 3 people last month? You're looking at it here. That man's in trouble with the law again. Portland police say it shows 21-year-old Austin Kiever Nyberg purposely hitting 3 men or teenagers with his truck. He's now been arrested again in Oregon City. Police say he robbed a pharmacy with a knife and stole medication. He's facing a number of new charges in addition to the ones from the truck incident. The victims from that truck video never did come forward. New tonight, an independent consultant is recommending keeping PSU officers armed. That's despite the majority of students and staff saying it's a bad idea. The issue came up again last fall after campus police shot and killed Jason Washington. He was carrying a gun, but friends say he was trying to break up a fight. The consultant found 52% of students and staff want PSU to disarm its 10 sworn police officers. But the consultant said keeping an armed force would allow them to respond to potentially violent situations. The consultant is recommending more training for campus police that covers de-escalation and bias policing. They also want mental health professionals to go along with officers on calls where someone's in a mental health crisis. The board will discuss the recommendations at its meeting on March 7th.